Hey guys, I'm Caleb Giddings here for GAT Daily. And today we're revisiting a video I did several years ago on the Gun Nuts Media channel called the 5 Best Guns for Concealed Carry. And this time we're not going to name specific brands and specific models. A lot's happened with guns since then. There's been a lot of new models that have come out. So instead we're going to focus on categories. That's why today's video is the 5 best types of handguns for concealed carry. Something to understand about this list is just because a particular type of gun is ranked 5 or 1 doesn't necessarily mean it's bad or good. The way the rankings work is we're basically going from niche to one size fits all. So your number 1 gun in this instance is the best type of gun for the most type of people for the most type of circumstances, which is why we start our list at number 5 with pocket pistols. This particular pocket pistol is a Beretta Tomcat. Guns in this specific niche are guns like your Ruger LCPs, your Kel-Tec P380s, guns like that, guns like this Tomcat. And they make the list at number 5 because they do have a good purpose for concealed carry. They meet that baseline definition of carrying a gun, which is carry your gun. So this is frequently a better choice than no gun or a better choice than a straight right cross, but it's not as good a choice for as many people as some of the other guns that we have on our list. Now in this niche, there are a couple brands I recommend. I do actually recommend the Beretta Tomcat, even though it's probably not the most robust of these. It has one great feature, especially for people who might have weak hands or some mobility issues, where you can load it and put a round in the chamber simply by pressing the release located on this side of the frame. You push this forward, the barrel springs up, you can drop a round straight into the chamber and close it. Of all of the pocket pistols, it is the easiest one to manipulate for somebody who might have grip strength issues. Moving up to number 4 on our list, we have a class of gun that I think still has tremendous utility today, especially for shooters who aren't necessarily going to want to invest a lot of time and effort into training, and that's medium framed revolvers, especially those in 357 Magnum. So the reason I think these are more useful than something like a pocket pistol is a pocket pistol really only does one thing well, and that's go in a pocket and be a gun. So I guess that's 2 things. A medium framed revolver can be concealed. You have to be a little bit thoughtful about your concealment options. You have to be a little bit thoughtful about how you dress to conceal the gun. But a medium framed revolver can also be a home defense gun, a backpacking gun, a gun that you carry in the cities, a gun that you use for a lot of different things. And that is partly because of the 357 Magnum chambered guns' ability to accept such a wide range of cartridges. You can put a very light 38 special in them for target practice or for self-defense if you don't feel comfortable using full house Magnum loads. You can gas them all the way up with 158 grain jacketed soft points and kill deer with them. There's almost nothing you can't do well with a medium framed 357 Magnum caliber revolver, which is why they come in at number 4 on my list. The reason they're not higher on the list is because you're limited to 6, maybe 7 shots with a gun like this, and so that limb fact is kind of what puts it at 4 instead of higher. Speaking of revolvers, that brings us to number 3 on my list. Small frame revolvers. The J-frame and the Ruger LCR make number 3 on this list because they have the same versatility as the larger frame revolvers in their ability to accept a wide variety of cartridges, a wide variety of types of ammo, but they're far more concealable. That concealment does come at a cost, though. The small frame revolvers, especially as you go up in caliber, become increasingly difficult to shoot and increasingly punishing to shoot, which means that you're not going to practice with them as much as you should, which is unfortunate because to truly master the small frame revolver, you need to practice. But the reason these beat a pocket pistol on my list is because this can do the same thing a pocket pistol does. Go in my pocket and be a gun. However, with a little bit of practice, it's useful at far longer ranges than you can stretch your .32 caliber pocket pistol to. It's very, very possible with a little bit of practice, not a lot, like a little bit of practice, to take something like a Ruger LCR and be able to get accurate on-demand hits at 15 and even 25 yards. So that utility and that functionality that spreads across different users, different body types, and different cartridges is what puts the small frame revolver at number 3 on my list. Now we move to number 2 on the list of the best types of handguns for concealed carry. And it brings me to a type of handgun that a lot of people carry. And what I'm talking about are full-sized service caliber pistols. So these are going to be your Glock 17s, your Berettas, even your Glock 19, to my opinion, is more of a service-sized pistol these days. Your SIG P320s, your HK VP9s, your Walther PPQ, that's the name of it. These are your full-sized handguns chambered in service calibers. Now, we're not going to get into an argument about what caliber your handgun should be. I prefer 9mm. Most people prefer 9mm. There's a reason every law enforcement agency is switching back to 9 now that the 40 craze is over. But these full-size service handguns make great choices for concealed carry. One, because they're the easiest gun to shoot. Of all of the guns we're going to talk about today, nothing is easier to shoot than a full-size service handgun chambered in 9mm. And you can do a lot of stuff with them. So for example, this Beretta has a red dot on it. It's got a light on it so I can see what I'm shooting in the dark. These are all things that you can do with these full-sized handguns that you can't do with the medium frame revolvers or the pocket pistols or some of the other guns that are on this list. The only real knock to the full-size service caliber handgun for concealed carry is that it can be difficult to conceal. This is a bit of a crew-served weapon. I'm not saying it's impossible. Lots of people do it. I've done it. I've carried this exact setup concealed. It requires you to have a very good holster that's designed with good concealment in mind, like a Filster or a Dark Star gear, and it requires you to be a little bit thoughtful with your clothing, all right? It's not crazy. Lots of people can carry appendix, lots of people can carry guns this size, but because they are a little bit harder to conceal than our number 1 option, they're number 2 on the list. And that brings us to our number 1 choice, my number 1 choice for the best type of handgun for concealed carry, and that's compact semi-automatic handguns. So this particular example is a Beretta APX. I like the APX. Obviously, I have shot it in competition. I've done okay on it. One of those trophies back there is from IDPA Nationals shooting this gun, like this exact gun. This is the Beretta APX Centurion. Now, here's the thing. Here's what I like about these compact size handguns. And this is a big tent of guns. It includes everything from your Beretta APX Centurions, which holds 15 rounds, has a 3-inch barrel, all the way to, in my opinion, your single stack 9s, like your Glock 43s and your Smith & Wesson Shields. The reason why we put guns like the single stack 9s, your Shields, and your Glock 43s in the same category as your APX Centurions, your Glock 26s, and stuff like that, is they're all designed to do the exact same thing, which is provide you with a reasonably powerful handgun in a package that's very, very easy to carry. And I find the APX Centurion very, very easy to carry. There's some other examples that we have of your compact semi-automatic handguns. For example, you have this, which is a bit more of a niche gun, but I like it, the Beretta 84 Cheetah. The only reason this isn't my very, very favorite gun to carry of all time is because it's a 380 and not a 9mm. Still, that being said, 15 rounds of 380 is nothing to shake a stick at. The last example of a compact handgun for concealed carry is something that I've reviewed on this channel before. This is the Taurus G3 compact, and I like this gun. I like that it held up for the 500 plus rounds we fired through it for testing. I like that it's got a manageable trigger, especially for somebody who's not necessarily used to shooting a lot. And I like that for new shooters, it has a manual safety. That makes some people feel better, including me. And this is closer in size to your M&P Shields or your Glock 48s or those bigger single stack 9s than say it is to a Glock 26. And it bridges the gap very well between your Beretta APX Centurion Glock 26 size guns and your single stack 9 guns. So that's it. That's our list of the 5 best types of handgun for concealed carry. We started with pocket pistols at number 5, medium frame revolvers at number 4, small frame revolvers at number 3, full-size service pistols at number 2, and at number 1, compact pistols chambered in 9mm. I'm Caleb Giddings. Thanks for watching.